I'm mixing things up today, making a PvE video, which I don't normally do, but I wanted to make a build that's really good in Tomb of Elders that takes advantage of the changes I just made in Act 2 and uses some underutilized parts of Prismatic Warlock. And this is a Warlock build. The video is going to be timestamped. The first half's going to be breaking down the build, and then the second half's going to be gameplay. And there will be a dim link in description if you just want to grab the build and go make it yourself. But right now I'm going to try and quickly go through what this build is, what it uses, and what the moving parts are. I'm sure a lot of people thought to use Stormdancer's Brace once they saw those roaming super changes, because that's one of the roaming super exotics in the game. It's good for Stormcaller, but don't even bother. Crown of Tempests is by far the best Arc Warlock exotic. They've changed it recently and it is ridiculous now. So in the past you used to just proc on a Arc ability kills and would last 5 seconds, the buff it gives. Now it lasts 7 seconds and procs on Jolt kills as well. So Arc ability kills, Jolt kills are going to proc a stacking buff that gives you up to 500% faster grenade, melee, and super regeneration. You only have to get it up to ×3 to do so, and then that's the max amount of stacks you can have. So it's not hard to get it to ×3 nor to maintain it. You have 7 seconds to get another kill, and you can do so with your legendary weapons now. You don't need your abilities anymore. You can use things with jolting feedback or volt shot. Both work here. I went with jolting feedback just because it's on this new auto rifle that I wanted to try out. And this auto rifle also has eddy current and an ability focused origin trait. So it has multiple synergies here. And it's an auto rifle. It's a little bit easier to hit precision hits with. And in the artifact, I'm sure a lot of you are aware of this, there's 2 mods that synergize amazing with arc weapons. It's Trace Evidence and Retinal Burn. If you have both of these enhanced, which you can do so with just one legendary tonic, you're going to have a loop basically that you can start up with an armor charge that causes blinding explosions that then spawn ionic traces that then cause you to spawn more blinding explosions. Like you can just go on a loop as long as you're hitting precision hits or getting rapid final blows. So it just turns this thing into not only a jolting machine, but a blinding machine. And all the while, it's proccing conduction times with those jolt kills, thus allowing you to spam your abilities. And the abilities we're using are Lightning Surge with triple Arcane Needle and Storm Grenade with the ability to jolt. So both of these are going to be causing jolt, and both benefit from conduction times. Just because Arcane Needle is a strand ability, it doesn't matter. It still regenerates faster from conduction times. If you just use the Arcane Needle itself, it can't proc the perk, but as long as you're using Lightning Surge, it's going to proc more stacks of the buff and get it back faster. For the other fragments I'm using, I got Faceted Sacrifice for the discipline. I have Faceted Balance for more melee energy off of rapid life final blows. Then Faceted Awakening to spawn Ionic Traces, which also give you ability regeneration. And then lastly, Faceted Protection just for some DR while surrounded. It's helpful. For my other weapons, I have Alethanim and Bittersweet. The reason I'm using Alethanim is just to have a darkness weapon to give me darkness transcendence energy, because when you can occasionally get into transcendence, it's better than your super. You can go rapid fire with your lightning surges and just fly around, destroying everything with them. It's so much fun. So it's nice to occasionally be able to get into that. You basically have 2 supers this way. And Bittersweet's just a really good grenade launcher. It's one of the best in slot grenade launchers this season, and it's arc, so it gets, you know, the synergized mods. Just a no-brainer for me. If you don't have a good roll of this, you can use a different grenade launcher. You can use Chill Inhibitor if you want. That'll give you Darkness Transcendence energy whenever you're DPSing a boss. That's essentially the gist of it. I'll go over my mods real quick, but they will be in the dim link. Got Access to Assets and Hands-On and Arc Siphon, so just ways to spawn orbs and get my super. Triple Heavy-Handed, and you can use the Authorized Melee mod that will get you these, or get these mods down to 1 energy instead of 3, so you can actually use a stat increasing mod and still have much energy left over. Then I have Concussive Dampener and Melee Damage Resist, because you're going to be up close spamming Lightning Surges, so occasionally like a boss is going to stomp you or something's going to punch you, and you're just going to get some nice DR from that, and anything that's kind of lobbing in grenades. And there's also mines being spawned thanks to a couple of the modifiers, so Concussive Dampener is going to help with that. I have Invigoration on, so any orbs I do spawn I can get some melee energy from. That's the main ability I'm focused on getting because it's the most fun to use. And Double Arc Weapon Surge for DPS purposes. I actually have been debating whether or not I need Reaper on. I barely ever proc my class ability, ever, with this build. It's not even needed. But Time Dilation is good, and Outreach is fine. But I could switch to something like Fauna Restoration, just try and get some extra recup, because there are stats I'm missing. The stats you want to focus on here are Resil, primarily. That's going to give you your DR. And then I went all in on Strength, just so I can get my melees back the fastest, because I have 3 of them I can build up. I have a decent amount of Discipline, but Devour is going to do a lot of the work there. and then a decent amount of intellect, because again, there is the roaming super buff, but Crown of Tempest is also doing a lot of work there to get you to your super faster and keep you in your super longer, because it does extend the duration of Storm Trance up to 66% if you build up to ×3 conduction times, which is the name of the buff. And that's pretty much the breakdown. That was kind of rapid fire, but you're going to see it in action in the gameplay here, and you can grab the dim link. And I'm kind of stuttering now. This is a pretty long rant, but that's good. And we'll go into the gameplay. Enjoy.
The shadow. Judged the victor. No rest, not yet.